This is such a special place. You drive through the streets of Green Bay, no tall buildings, quaint houses, and then boom, right there in the middle of the neighborhood is iconic Lambeau Field. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Green Bay Packers. Season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Come on, set. Black 40. 22 needle. Back. Striker, 3-3, ready.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there with his 17th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Packers are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Looking to put a drive together.
Flag. 19, Tiger, 19, Tiger.
They start the drive on the ground with Lewis. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
They run for the first time with Ty Chandler. And he stopped immediately there. Channing Tindall is there for the tackle. You look at this Packers defense. They were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
One thing you always look for when you're evaluating a defense, how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get? How about last week's game? The number was 6. Phenomenal performance.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. It'll be a gain of just a yard. And 3rd and 8 now.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 8. Looking to throw McCarthy. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
So this game, Charles, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, "Are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down." They love being physical.
Down. Ready.
Glove. Short throw. He's got Kraft. On the move past the 40. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, down at the 33. Now he'll tuck this and run. That's into the hands of McLaughlin. A lot of work to get away and outside of the pocket, but no actual yardage there on the catch. It's 2nd down. Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings. They come into this one rounding out the top 10 in the 10 spot against the run.
I jotted down in my notes in prepping for this game that this is definitely an area we got to keep an eye on, because you're talking about where they rank in stopping the run. But how about what they're facing? This unit loves to run the football, and they rank highly in the league in getting it done.
Yeah, power against power. Something's got to give. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1.
Ready.
On the handoff, McLaughlin. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Packers are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Patterson back out there to send this one away. And that's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are. But let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Here's McCarthy. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talked about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. On play action, now McCarthy. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help him dig out of his hole.
And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, a 2nd down. From the 41, here's 2nd and 6. Throwing is McCarthy. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. Oh, and now some space to operate. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
It's a gain of 6. First down, Minnesota.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now Lewis here on first down. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 1.
Now McCarthy. Short throw caught by the tight end Oliver. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. To the air with McCarthy. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Oh, it's a wobbler here. This is taken at about the 14. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC on the other. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They come up with exactly 1 minute to go in this first quarter. The give is to McLaughlin. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Well, that one hurts. That wipes away what would have been a big play.
Now, you and I both know coaches aren't real big on silver linings, but at least that play call was a successful one. Now the focus offensively, that goes to overcoming the penalty and making all that yardage back again.
Here we go. Ready, start, play.
On play action. Love to throw. Complete once again to Watson. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football.
Yellow, 22. Ready?
Love now. This is caught. And
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And it's now 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as you'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. McCarthy. Short throw caught by the tight end Oliver. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Up the middle here, it's Lewis. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. 2nd and 11. Open man, that's Felton. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterwards.
McCarthy off the play fake. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Ready, ready, ready.
Here's McLaughlin. And he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having 2 hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
Following the fumble recovery, McCarthy. He's going to look deep down the field. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
As we've seen, their first two drives didn't yield anything points-wise. Certainly feels like they think to themselves, it's time to open this thing up, taking the big shot downfield.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Lewis between the tackles. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Packers' 33-yard line.
On play action, McCarthy dumps it off to Lewis. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That'll go for a gain of 7. And now it's 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Let's go.
On 3rd down, it's Lewis. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. The defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. Going for it. Here's McCarthy. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Touchdown, Vikings! From 3 yards out. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. That seemed like a much-needed touchdown after 21 unanswered points to start the game.
It's not often that you equate a football game to a golf tournament, but it's like you don't want to shoot yourself out of the tournament too early. So they needed that touchdown to make sure that they got an opportunity to not just get back into this game, but a chance to win it later if they continue to play well.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings booming away. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
Okay, ready?
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball.
And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Packers. Tucker Kraft, 69 yards. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. Coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They get back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. There's still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one. Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Now a handoff to Chandler. And this will be a Vikings first down as the tackle made at the 35-yard line.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of people are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't. But he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Third down from the gun, McCarthy. He finds his man, complete. It's Castro. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
A gain of 15. And the Vikings first down.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Sets up the screen to Lewis. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Working out of the gun is McCarthy. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 39. A nice pickup of 17 yards.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Vikings.
Sticking with the pass, here's McCarthy. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
30-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Finds his tight end Oliver here outright. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 14.
First down. First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Trap 60, trap 60.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Ty Felton from 13 yards out. And the Vikings are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
25 yards there on the catch and run.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
33, yellow, set.
Love looking to throw it. He's got it to Williams.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target.
Ready, ready. Cut, cut.
Throwing. Love. And this is caught by Williams. Touchdown, Packers. Savion Williams, 30 yards. And the Packers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive.
19 tight.
Looking to throw McCarthy. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time, separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
60 by 6. 60 back.
There go play action. Here's McCarthy. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's McCarthy. And will find the open man. That's complete. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
McCarthy operating from the gun. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it, and oftentimes knock it away.
To the air again, McCarthy. And he comes back with one complete. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
Trap 60. Trap ball 80. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates.
The final shot before break. McCarthy. That is caught. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 22-yard line. Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
An attempt at a deep ball there, and they didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down. To the air with McCarthy. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Just more frustration here offensively, and you can see it in their play and now in their body language. You know they were hoping to put a drive together to begin this third quarter, but it's just not clicking right now, and it's going to be a quick call to the punt team.
This offense converted once on fourth down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. 19, right here.
They'll indeed go. Here's McCarthy. He's got his target. That's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain of 26 and a conversion there as well on fourth down.
A gain of 26 yards. First down, Minnesota.
Cowboy 80, 79 Broncos. Let's go.
Throwing is McCarthy. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Back to 60, back to 19,
McCarthy going to throw again. That's complete to Chandler on the check down. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. Got an open man, finding Jefferson. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Now McCarthy. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Going with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field have covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Now a 2nd and 10. throwing again, McCarthy. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
What would look like a march to the end zone is sort of momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And he is stopped just short on 3rd down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10.
It's now 4th down and 1.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Warriors 70.
Going for it. Here's McCarthy. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Switch, yellow, set,
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 126 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only are they controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the strain the next 2 to 3 seconds to continue to move people.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go over the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
red, punt.
On the ground, here's McLaughlin. And they regroup defensively after the broken tackle, getting to him just beyond the 45. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Black Ultra. Set, punt, set.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. It's caught on the right side, Williams. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 41-yard line.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Love from the gun. Short throw, he's got Kraft. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies.
Well, the pressure gets to Love, and he'll go down. Jonathan Grenard make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
And they visited the end zone frequently in this one, and obviously they wanted another one. But give credit to the defense there. They may not make the comeback, but pride showed. Good sack on that play.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Now Love. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the 2nd half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. McCarthy. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
One of the great coaches said football is a really simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Working out of the gun is McCarthy. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Fifth catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. Going old reliable there to the slot on third down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence, because how do you cover? Do you go with a bigger guy to try and use size? Got to go with a quicker guy, and sometimes you even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with that slot receiver. That's why they keep going back to him.
And he's had the hot hand.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Green Bay, Wisconsin is the spot. Third quarter inside Lambeau. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10. Sticking with the pass. Here's McCarthy. He's going to air one out. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he did not reel it in.
And this is a situation where, as a head coach, you're just saying, what else could go wrong? Let's get it all out of our system, please. This has been a sloppy game throughout. The execution has been lacking. A lot of mistakes, both mental and physical. And here's a big play that goes by the wayside.
Third down from the gun, McCarthy. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this third quarter of play. Back now at Lambeau. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
19 tight, 19 tight. Three.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
On the handoff, Lewis. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Again, it's Lewis. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. McCarthy off the play fake. Now he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. It's been that kind of a day so far throwing the football. It just seems like nothing going right offensively.
Yeah, it's a catch that should have been made, pure and simple. And look, everything else that goes into running a good pass route, throw it all out if you don't catch the ball.
Been that kind of game throwing the football so far, nothing going right offensively.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
70 Lions. Go.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll start this drive out on the ground. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Ready?
They'll run. It's McLaughlin. And he's got room. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 149 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Ready up.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd down and 9.
Here we go. Set. 33. Yellow. Hut.
Here's Love. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Ready. Shoot. 50. Green. Ready.
Love now. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
That's going to be caught. And the Packers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. But normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter. But the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to it.
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. A great effort there. With his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Packers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 18-yard line.
Looking to throw McCarthy. Open man, that's Felton. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10.
A gain of 13 yards. 1st down.
This is Lewis on the handoff. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And he will be taken down, but it is a huge play there to flip field position. And they'll be on the other side of the field as we have reached the 2-minute warning. Here's McCarthy. A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Go.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Christian Harris. And the Packers are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. Facing this fourth quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock, they know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat.
Check pink. Ready.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 13-yard line.
Down. Blue, 32. Ready.
Carry from McLaughlin. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
Smith, here we go. Set.
They'll keep it on the ground. McLaughlin. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. 164 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
23-yard line.
Let's set.
They'll run on first down. It's McLaughlin. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Green Bay, they keep on rolling 10-0 now to start the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the Raiders will come to town. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, the problems just get worse and worse as they fall to 2-9 now on the year. And they will finally get an extra week to heal up a bit as they will get the late bye in Week 12. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.